Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Todd Champion. This is Camping with Champion, and tonight I'm camping in, I think, the smallest patch of woods that I've ever camped in. One day I was driving by, saw this little patch of trees, and then found a little road that goes behind it. So I drove back here, checked it out, and knew I had to camp in here. The only problem is there's not really a good place to hide my truck back in here, and I didn't bring a scooter or anything. I hid it as best as I could, but it still might be a little visible from the highway or the 4-lane. I need to run to the store later on and grab a bottle of water to cook my dinner with, and hopefully when I get back it'll be a little darker and the truck shouldn't be very visible then. Before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and set up camp. I'm gonna get my hammock out and everything. So I got myself completely sprayed down with bug repellent, so hopefully I don't get covered in ticks in here, because this looks like a perfect place to live if you were a tick. You can see where I have my truck tucked in at. Like I said, it is visible from one side, but hopefully tonight no one will be able to see it from either side at all. But that was the best I could do, and we're just gonna cross our fingers on this one and hope nobody comes and finds us. I know last week in my video I said I had a really unique spot I wanted to camp in this week. This is not that spot, to be honest, but I've been a little bit under the weather, and that spot I was talking about is pretty cool. And when I do that camp, I want to be, 100% so I can really enjoy it. But I've had this spot on my list for a little bit now, like a few weeks, month maybe. If you're a channel member, you've already seen this spot. Sometimes for the channel members, I'll make these quick videos just showing some future spots. Ow! Freaking briars! Holy crap! Okay, I'm not gonna walk and talk anymore. But sometimes for the channel members, I'll make these small videos just showing some spots or ideas I have for camping. All right, I'm gonna start watching where I'm going, because there are a lot of briars out here. Ow. Oh, that's a big one. I think right here is a spot I want to try and camp in. There's quite a few large briars. I did just get a machete. My wife just bought me a new machete, so hopefully that's in the truck and I'll chop some of these down. Thankfully, I did have the machete in the truck, and I've already taken some revenge on the briars along the pathway that got me in the legs earlier. Okay, I think I cleared out a pretty good spot. We'll get this hammock all set up, and then I'll run and grab some water for dinner tonight. And no, I didn't forget the water. This was absolutely my plan the entire time. All right, I forgot the water, but luckily there's tons of stores nearby. I've been getting a lot of comments recently telling me to like drop the bit, like it's not funny anymore to be forgetting stuff. And y'all, believe me, the last thing I want to do is inconvenience myself by forgetting stuff that I need. So it is not a bit. If it was, it would have ended a long time ago. I've gotten some conflicting information about ticks lately from subscribers. Some of y'all say that they like to be in pine trees and drop down on you. Other people say they don't get in trees at all, that they climb up through the grass. I'm not sure which one is good. I don't think either one of those is 100%. I think surely some ticks climb, right? I mean, if I'm a tick, that's what I'm doing. I'm getting on a limb and just hunkering down, waiting for someone to come past. Then I'm gonna pounce on their shoulder, but I don't know. This might be a bit too close together here. Oh. Let's try this out. Yep. That's not gonna work. Already have our first tick of the night. Oh my goodness. Is that a tick? Pretty sure that's a tick. I have been fighting with this hammock for like 30 minutes now. Unless I put the hammock very high up in the trees, I'm touching the ground when I sit down in it because of all the flex in the pine trees. And I don't want to damage the trees or anything, and also don't want them to break and fall on me. So what I'm gonna do is I just lowered the straps so that now all the trees are doing is just kind of holding the hammock up like a tarp. And this new hammock I have is double layered, so it has a layer where you can slip an inflatable pad in there and lay on that. So basically I'm just going to use my hammock like a bivy tent, which is pretty cool. I've never done that before. I've seen people do it, but it's kind of what I have to do tonight. But I'm not too worried about it, honestly. Like it's really just, that's all a bivy tent is, you know. So anyways, it is very dark now, so I'm going to go hop in the truck and go grab some water because I need some water for my dinner tonight. I am back at the spot where I'm going to turn off in the woods. I've actually had to go past it like 3 times because cars keep coming up behind me. And I know it's going to look crazy for me just to disappear off into the woods. All right, we're back in here. I got the water. I did a little dumpster diving too. At the Dollar General dumpster, there actually was some stuff, but it was like frozen stuff and refrigerated stuff like Lunchables and lettuce, things like that. So, and some sandwich meat, so I didn't really want to take that stuff. Then I went by Rural King because I found stuff in Rural King dumpsters before. Once I found like 4 50-pound bags of chicken feed, but they didn't have anything in there either. I'm gonna get my stuff out of the truck real quick and get back to the camping site. Sure am glad I chopped down all those briars earlier. Go. We're back. So remember last week when I said I would have my boating license by the time that video came out? Well, I kind of lied. I still don't have them as of right now. I just haven't gotten around to finishing up that course, but I'm going to soon. So here's what we're having for dinner tonight. We're gonna make some fettuccine in a creamy Parmesan and Romano flavored cheese sauce. I don't really cook pasta too much, or as my Canadian brothers call it, pasta. And then, oh, and I have this chicken already cooked that I'm gonna put in the pasta after I get it all done. And then for a soda, I have brownie brownie caramel cream root beer. I have never had this before. Karika picked this one up for me. It's going to be delicious. I hope it is. I assume it will be. And then for dessert, I just have some chocolate chip cookies because they were reduced to 90 cents. I believe that's about it. I have a granola bar in here. So ever since I did the bike camper trip with my cousin John, I've been eating these like crazy because he had some on that camp and they were freaking delicious. And I have a tendency in the morning times to not eat for hours after I wake up. So this is something quick and easy. I just grab and eat, give myself a little boost of energy. Have you ever hiked all the way up to the perfect camping spot and then realized you are completely out of energy by the time you got set up? It happens to me all the time. And although I may look like I'm in my 20s, I certainly don't feel like it. With today's sponsor, Hone Health, you can find out exactly what's going on. Hone Health is a telehealth clinic that was rated #1 by Forbes Health and WebMD. What makes them different is their comprehensive physician-led care. You can take a blood test that tests for over 50 biomarkers. Then jump on a phone call with a licensed physician to go over your results. Obviously, I'm not a medical professional, but Hone Health connects you with licensed doctors who can go over the risk and the benefits of treatment with you. If you're a good candidate, they will tailor a personalized treatment plan just for you. This can include anything from TRT via injections or creams to peptides like NAD+ and Simorlin. Everything is subject to a doctor's approval, of course, but if you're approved, it will get shipped right to your front door. Stop guessing about your health. Head over to Hone Health and get back to looking and feeling 100%. You can get your test kit today for $65. The mosquitoes are getting kind of rough out here, so I'm gonna turn on the thermocell. A subscriber like a year ago sent me a package of these butane refills and I just now ran out of those, so thank you so much to that subscriber. And I went and bought some more refills today, and I was looking, and you know they have those thermocells that go right on top of a regular butane or big round butane can. I think I may switch to that because I didn't realize how expensive these things were. I mean, I knew they were kind of expensive, but I haven't bought one in a while, and it's kind of outrageous. Like, I think for 2 of these little butane canisters, it was $16. So if I get the type of thermocell that screws right on top of the big butane can, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but just in case. One of these that I use for like a camp stove, so they have a thermocell that goes right on top of it. So that would last a lot longer. These things are only like $5, so I think I'm going to make the switch to that thermocell. And also, it would be a lot smaller because all you carry around is that little head that screws on here, and I already have a butane canister with me at all times instead of having to carry this. This thing is great though. Oh my gosh. The whole time I was talking, I had the butane on, just letting it run. I'm sitting here talking about how expensive it is, and I just got the switch on, just letting it freaking pour out into the world. I'm just laying here, minding my own business in the hammock, and this spider dropped down right beside me. I hate spiders. I've gotten a lot better, because before I would have freaked out already. But I'm honestly kind of afraid to move because I don't want it to fall on my arm. The net is stuck to my arm, so when I move my arm in, the spider comes in. Okay. Gotta unzip the hammock. Please don't follow me. Okay, here we go. No, 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 no. Okay. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it is outside the hammock. Get out of here. I'm literally just laying on the ground. Glad that's over with. I'm going to inflate my pad and slip it inside my hammock. If you look right here, you can see where it actually opens up, and then you're able to slip your pad inside there, and it stays wedged in between you and the bottom layer and the ground. If you've ever tried to put a pad just directly inside a hammock, you know it doesn't really stay in place that well, so I think this is going to be great. I'm going to go ahead and get my pad inflated and put it in there while the traffic is still kind of busy, so that it's not extremely loud later on when I use that pump to inflate it. Maybe I should have put it in there and then inflated it when it was already inside. That probably would have made it a little bit easier. There we go. Now, obviously, a hammock is supposed to be hanging in the air, so normally when I sit down on this, I should be just sitting here with my feet hanging, but this is going to go all the way to the ground, so okay. Oh my gosh. Wow. That feels freaking awesome. Heck yeah. I can't wait to actually do this when I'm hanging like the hammock's supposed to be. I know you saw the drone view of how small this patch of woods is, but check this out. So here is my hammock. And if we just walk right through here, gotta be careful, I haven't gotten any of the briars down. Hopefully you saw that, but right there's the road, like just steps away from my camp. Okay, there's a car coming right here, so I had to hide my red light for a second. But I reckon we're 20 feet from the edge of the woods right now. Ow. Ow. I'm gonna come back with my machete and I'm gonna make you pay for this. I hate those freaking bears. We're back. I'm about to cook and I just realized I never cleaned my pan from the last time I used it. I do have some baby wipes, so I'm gonna scrub it as well as I can and then cook out of it anyways. That is not coming off very easily, so I'm gonna pour a little bit of water in here and heat it up, and hopefully that'll loosen this up and I can clean it off. All right, I'm gonna finish cleaning this. I'll bring you back when I'm ready to cook. It's not the cleanest pan in the world, but it's a lot better than what it was. package says 1.5 cups of water, which I don't have a measuring cup with me, so hopefully that's enough. And then it wants 1/2 cup of milk, which I had in this container, and I'm pretty sure it spilled out. Yep, we lost some of it, but still got a pretty good amount. Put that in there. There's lots of little brown floaty things, I think, coming off in the bottom of the pan. Oh well. This is gonna start boiling any second, so let's go ahead and get this open. Smells good. It's just starting to simmer, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour our pasta in. Sure we get all the delicious seasoning in there. Mix that in. All right, so we are gonna cook this for around 7 minutes. Then we'll add our chicken. Okay, this is pretty much done. I'm gonna go ahead and add the chicken in now. I think I brought too much chicken. I have discovered that there are just tons of ants on the ground right underneath me. All right, it's all finished. I'm actually gonna let this cool off for a minute or two. And while that's cooling off, we're gonna try the brownie caramel cream root beer. Oh my gosh, it smells good. Oh my goodness. That is really good. That is like no root beer I've ever tasted before. Oh my gosh. If you ever have a chance to try this, check it out. It's a very unique flavor. All right, I can't wait any longer. I'm gonna eat. That's good. Wow, that's really good. And it was super, super easy to make. It did call for a teaspoon of butter, but I didn't bring any, so it could have been even better. I'm gonna finish eating, and then we will read some comments from last week's video. I've got my pan all cleaned up, and now it's time for discount chocolate chip cookies. Probably be better if I could heat them up, but oh well. I'm all finished eating, so now I'm going to read a few comments from last week's video. The first comment is from Jim McDermott, 5836, Niblet. No matter where you camp or what you do for a camp, I don't think you could ever fail. Always interesting, hilarious, goofy, and forgetful. Stealth Camp Champion. Thank you, Jim. I really appreciate that, man. Camps like this, I feel a little bit bad about because, I mean, this is just a regular stealth camp, but last week I did say I had somewhere unique to stay, and then I ended up just doing just kind of a normal type stealth camp. But I do have a really cool place, and I will get to it, but I do feel bad for kind of hyping it up, and then people are going to click this video. It's just a regular old stealth camp, but thank you for the comment, man. Sooner Sasquatch 405. I thought you was gonna throw up that soda. Another fun one. Take care, buddy. I almost did. So the first drink I took of it, it wasn't as bad as I expected it to be. So I think I got a little overconfident. And then the second drink, I took a really big swallow. And when it hit the back of my throat, there was a second there where I thought, okay, this might be coming back up. Heath Gardner 6886. Ticks and raccoons and getting dive bombed by bats or birds. If only the dumpster fairy could have left you some treats or something. Yeah, I know, right? This is really starting to get on my nerves, not finding anything good. But I do just kind of sporadically check it. Before I was like checking the dumpsters all the time. So of course, if you check it 5 days a week, you're gonna find something at some point that week. Now I'm just it just pops in my mind when I'm out camping and I go do it. And also I think a lot of you may not have seen this video because it was last year, it was old, and I've got a lot of new subscribers since then. But there's one video where I found like 3 or 4 bags just full of stuff from the Dollar General. So maybe I used up all my dumpster diving luck at one time. Right, next comment is from Scott Foster V4V. Great video. Thanks a lot. You're very much appreciated. Be safe. Thank you, Scott. And you and everyone who watches and comments are very much appreciated by me as well. Final comment for tonight is Jeanette Lavorne 7069. You do know bears have been spotted lately in North Alabama. One was spotted up the mountain above Woodville. Yeah, so I have seen reports of bears a lot more this summer up around Fort Payne as well, which isn't too far from me. So I probably do need to start being a little more careful about my food and stuff, hanging my bags up. But also, those are black bears. Not that I want a black bear to come up to me, but generally black bears are pretty safe. I mean, they don't just go out of their way to murder people usually, but you're so right. I do need to start being a little more bear aware. Also, I don't know if you've heard, but there's been a lot of alligators spotted up around North Alabama lately too. So now I got to be careful around the water. All right, y'all, that's going to do it for the comments. I'm going to try and get a few hours of sleep, and I will check back in the morning. Good night, everybody. Good morning. It is 5:55 and the sun is already up. To be honest, I could go back to sleep right now. I woke up because I have to pee, but I'm going to go ahead and make myself get up and pack everything up, because when I came back from getting the water last night, I did not hide my truck very well at all. So now that the sun is up, it's going to be very easy to spot from the highway. So it's best I get out of here before I get busted. Gotta sneak over here and get my time-lapse camera. Now that the sun is up, you can really tell just how close to the road I am. And there's tons of traffic coming through right now. So we are not deep in these woods at all. I mean, you can't get very deep in them because they just don't go very deep. Oh crap. All right, I'm gonna get myself caught just trying to show you how small these set of trees are. got our site all packed up, and other than there being a few less briars than there was when I first got here, it's in the same condition we found it in. All right, let's get out of here. Well, that was a quick walk back to the truck. As you can see, I'm not heading from that direction at all. I just saw a police officer pass by, so I'm gonna get out of here and I will talk to y'all in just a second. We made it out. Thank y'all so much. I don't ask this too often, but if this is your second or third or fourth video you've watched of mine, please think about subscribing. I have an ultimate goal when I started this year. I know it's a crazy goal, but I wanted to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And by the time this comes out, we're probably going to be at 30,000. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. I can still do that in these last few months of the year. So if you wouldn't mind subscribing, I would greatly appreciate it. But thank y'all so much for watching this video. I have a bunch more fun stuff planned before it gets cold. I have a lot of summer camps I still need to do that won't be so fun once it gets cold. So I don't want to hype anything up because, you know, every time I do, it seems like it doesn't work out or something. But anyways, I'm going to stop yapping. I hope y'all have an incredible weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, everybody.